Welcome back, folks. It's 4.5 minutes past 7 o'clock, and this is our business breakfast segment, sponsored by Nescafe. Well, we want to talk about software development, and the Teleios Code Jam season is back again. It's officially launched this year on July 7th. Teleios is an internationally recognized software development program, and the Code Jam encourages people to find technological solutions to real-world problems. Very important. The theme for 2017 is Smart City, where 4 areas are in focus: sensors, security, artificial intelligence, and mixed reality. Here to tell us more, we have Mr. Erwin Williams. He's the leader of the TCJ Build team. Sir, welcome to Morning Edition.
Thanks so much.
So this year's theme, tell me about the theme for this year's Code Jam.
So it's a continuation for us, Smart City. Last year we looked at Smart City, Smart Country. The year before that, IoT, as well the year before that.
Yeah.
Really, Smart City allows us to speak to our students who have been participating, who want to participate, about where we think they should be looking in terms of technology. Teleios Code Jam has been around for a while. This is our 9th year, and we've always used it as an opportunity to, from the industry, share a perspective for where they should be focusing, or one of the places they should spend their time thinking.
Yes. When you look at the underlying trends across the technological spectrum,
Right.
We are looking at augmented reality. We are looking
Definitely.
at artificial intelligence. We are looking at 3D printing. All of these underlying technological trends have the essence to disrupt a lot of industries.
Right.
Creating new industries and forcing some industries to become sunset industries. In the context of that scenario, are we aware of all of that in Trinidad and Tobago? Do you see that level of enlightenment when you are engaged with people across industries? Do you see that?
So let me say yes. Yes, in the context of where we see it from. So from Teleios, so Teleios Systems is in its 20th year this year. We've been writing software from the very beginning with the idea we'll write software to run the world. You can't write software to run the world that you're not relevant to. So almost by nature, we have to know what's going on in the areas you just mentioned. Similarly, those who've partnered with us, for example, Massey Technology and Infocom or Flow, they have that kind of understanding. We need to understand big data. We need to understand mixed reality. We need to understand these technologies. And we need the students who are coming in from university to also have a grasp of it.
Yes.
They don't need to be experts, but they need to at least know and have actually touched the technology.
Right.
And so Teleios Code Jam provides that meeting point. It's a link between students in the university and us in the industry. Let's share with them some of the ideas we have. And what they actually do is they build software based on those ideas.
Yes.
In the year we did IoT, we invited students to use the Raspberry Pi, and some of them had never heard of the Pi, they'd never seen it, they didn't understand that this is where software had gone to. And so we were able to give them actual physical Raspberry Pi devices
Yes.
to build solutions on top of, and they did. Yes. One of the teams actually built a ocean monitoring solution that would use sensors attached to the Pi for the sake of demonstrating how far we could go with these approaches.
I mean, this is fantastic work, and I'm assuming that over the 9 years of the Teleios Code Jam, that the experiences gained by students, they would have been able to translate that. Is there sufficient entrepreneurial spirit amongst our students in that they take these ideas and try to at least commercialize these ideas? Is that happening?
So in 1 year, the students that won the competition part of Teleios Code Jam, because it's a broad program and they say there are 4 components to it, but I'll come back to that. The students who won, they actually had a complaint to us because they said we sort of lit the fire under them. They had this great idea and they found it difficult to find the resources they needed to go to the next step. They built a home security solution and they were kind of looking around. Who will invest in this thing? Where will we find the funding for it?
Venture capitalists.
So that scenario isn't quite well worked out for us in the country, but still students persist. Just Friday, a payment solutions company came to Teleios and we were having conversations with one of the founders.
Yeah.
And he was indicating 2 of his developers are Teleios Code Jam alumni. So he's building a payment solution, a very, very innovative solution.
Yeah.
And people who are writing code for him pass through Teleios Code Jam. And we find if you peel back a lot of the technological accomplishment over the last period of time, is not very far from people who've seen or understood or heard of Teleios Code Jam.
And that's the critical importance of this. And so tell me, the participants that you anticipate this year will come from where?
So we have always cast a wide net open to any university students in Trinidad and Tobago. We've had participation from UE, from SBCS,
Yes.
and COSTAT as well.
Yes.
We're looking forward this year. We've had the first winners of Teleios Code Jam. Way back in 2008 was the students from the University of Southern Caribbean. We're looking forward to them coming back this year.
Yeah.
And UTT, we'd love to see you guys come out and show us your stuff.
And really participate in it.
Yeah.
Now, what I find very interesting about it is that in many instances, a lot of what comes out of Teleios Code Jam is something that can be commercialized.
Yes.
And it therefore means that Teleios Code Jam is now at the age where it can genuinely partner with potential equity investors, venture capitalists, even some of the state enterprises like NEDCO and so on, to really be the support framework to take these ideas to the market?
Definitely. This year at our launch, you mentioned it a little while ago, we had Dr. Terence Farrell. He's the head of the Economic Advisory Development Board. He was essentially making the same point that now is the time for these stakeholders to pay attention to what we're doing. And part of our appeal here this morning is for such stakeholders to reach out to us. We're available on teleoscodejam.com,
Right.
available on Facebook and other forms of media. We're willing to have that chat about how we could move this forward. This year's program, the 4 components to it, it goes from behind the code, allowing students to actually see real-life developers in industry talking about what they're doing,
Yes.
into a new series we have called the Smart City series. We like students to know we actually do Smart City right now in Trinidad and Tobago, and our partners and those who are engaging in it could share their feedback. We also have training. This is the first year we're having a sort of a training focus for students so that when they actually build their solutions,
Yes.
maybe helping with pitching or talking about what they've built or understanding how to secure what they've built is what we're going after. So
Yes.
there's training, and of course there's a competition where they actually write code and present those solutions to members of the industry.
That's fantastic work, and I want to congratulate you and your team really for the development of Teleios to where it is. Invest TT might be
Yes.
one of those agencies that you want to bring on board with
Definitely.
this, and really let them be exposed to the good work being done here. Even entities like Kariri,
Yeah.
they too might be a great partner in all of this, and you create that support network
So
around.
funny you should say that. Over the years, we've had sponsorship from Invest TT, from Export TT, and we're looking forward to see who else is going to join this show because it's been going really well.
It's going well. And here's my thing, though. In casting your wide net to basically university students,
Yes.
there are people out there who can code, but they may
Yes.
not necessarily be as a part of any formal university program at this point in time.
Yeah.
Are you going to consider including them as part of the competitive teams?
So we've always had a slot for mentors on Teleios Code Jam teams from the very beginning, and it's no different this year.
Yeah.
If you're not actually enrolled in an institution, the best way to get in from this year is via mentoring or offering to mentor the teams, and teams would be listening on our channels to hear for that.
All right, so give me the actual dates and days on which some of the competitions will be taking place.
So broadly speaking, the challenge begins in September. The competition actually is broken into 3 phases: challenge, presentation, and grant submission.
Right.
Challenge begins on September 9th being the first one. There are actually 3 challenges, and students know you can participate in any one, and your best score gets sent out to the other parts of the competition.
Yes.
Our training will be end of September 24th.
Right.
We will have videos being released from September to about November,
Yes.
featuring Smart City and Behind the Code.
Good.
We will end with our grand finals November 10th.
November 10th.
Yes.
This is fantastic. Well, how many teams do you anticipate will be participating this year?
Last year we had 25 students, 5
25.
teams.
Yeah.
Over the years we've had close to 100 teams participating. We're looking forward to doubling that this year simply because once we have participation from USC and UTT,
Yeah.
it'll just change the numbers significantly.
I mean, that is fantastic work. Now, these code jams are you know, they're organized all over the world.
Yes.
How does this particular code jam compare to the other code jams that you may encounter in London, New York, Tokyo even?
So a lot of code jams tend to be hackathon based, 24 hours sprints of activity.
Right.
Ours we sort of started off with that, but it's we found a better developmental approach when the thing is extended a bit longer, so students have a little while to think and they're able to engage platforms beyond the initial flash in the pan excitement. Here's a thing, build a thing quickly, carry on. That's not what we're for. We're for development across a longer period of time.
And I think that's really sensible because, you know, we have a smaller market, smaller size, and we really do need to capture this talent and magnify this talent. But the issues of the emerging technologies, artificial intelligence, automation, we're talking electric vehicles, autonomous vehicles, and the whole question comes up, well, you know, if you have these types of mass transit vehicles, retail individual transit vehicles, they can be hacked.
Yeah.
These vehicles can be hacked. So security systems and so on to protect, you know, the safety of drivers and that kind of thing in this new era in which we live.
It's a big deal, yeah.
Are those some of the big issues that will come up as you...
Interestingly, when we conceptualize smart city as a theme, smart city is very broad. You could go anywhere with that. We deliberately kept in a category called security to see what students conceptualize around that to protect citizens inside of your smart city context.
Yeah.
So it's so broad, smart city and also security. So trying to tackle them individually might be a bit much, but fitting them in as components of this overall shows.
And we live in an era of the Internet of Things.
Right.
We have smart everything. Smart phones, we have smart fridges, we have smart washing machines, we have smart homes. And that technology is becoming even more affordable for the average householder. Are you also going to be looking at the broad spectrum of those technologies that people interface with on a regular basis?
Definitely. So the team that won Teleios Code Jam last year, the competition part of things, that's Team 5G. They built a bunch of electrical engineering students. They built a smart socket that could provide information to you via a smartphone about how the consumption across the socket for devices at your home.
Right.
It's an example of the kind of thinking we're looking forward to seeing this year as well. So, IoT it's huge, just for the pervasiveness of it and where it could go, so that therefore it can be very relevant to our country.
Yes.
From our transit systems monitoring to security, from the many cameras we see, to toys and games. Many solutions can be developed, and we believe the students are able to understand how to develop them and present initial approaches to them.
Are these students going to be able to identify opportunities to treat with big data?
So one of the categories is AI. AI really works with training data sets.
Good.
So once you as a student target that as your goal, then we expect to see some form of data being considered there.
Yes.
So definitely is one of our
I think this is a fantastic initiative. It's in its 9th year, and the Teleios Code Jam is well known to almost every IT student.
We would hope so.
At every tertiary level institution across this country, and anybody who's involved in IT would know about Teleios Code Jam. So congratulations to you and your team. You all have an excellent showing, and we look forward to hearing about some of the new discoveries that can be monetized.
Indeed.
Yeah,
Indeed.
We need stuff. We need stuff to export. We need to convert and monetize our talent. Teleios Code Jam. Yeah, support them. We're going to go to a break, folks, and when we come back, we have a lot more in store for you, so don't go anywhere.